After tracking down and engaging an enemy convoy, U-48 was able to re-engage them once more as daybreak was approaching, yielding us one more freighter to our tally. After disengaging and moving towards our designated patrol area, we came across a lone freighter traveling towards Norway and proceeded to sink it as well. Morale is high, and the crew, being high on success, believe that the British have no answer for us or the U-boat threat, and are confident that the British will sue for peace within a couple months' time and bring an end to the conflict by Christmas. Captain Friedrich Muller, however, knows better. The Royal Navy is the premier navy on this side of the world and will put up a hell of a fight. All signs point to this becoming a long, drawn-out war, and we don't want a repeat of the Great War. The crew tries not to dwell on this, and U-48 continues towards her patrol area in hopes of finding even more convoys or lone merchant ships crossing the North Sea. Well guys, we've done a couple hydrophone checks and haven't really heard anything, and then here you are. Looks like we've run into another convoy. Let's go ahead and change course back to the north. There we go. That is a humongous convoy. Look at all those smoke clouds. Lovely, 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 lovely. So we're returning course to the north now. It's just before 0900. So we're gonna keep tracking this convoy. We're gonna stay ahead of them. Let's go ahead and send off this report to BDU. Just a little ahead. So, yep, we're gonna try and stay in front of them here, and keep tracking them, and hopefully we can engage them by nightfall or so. Definitely don't want to engage during the daytime if we can avoid it. So we're gonna keep tracking them and engage at nighttime. So I'll see you guys then. Well guys, we've still been tracking this convoy. They shifted course. They were moving to the north. Now they done shifted course to the west. And then we just got an update from our crew, our watch crew. They spotted another U-boat out here somewhere off 10 degrees. There we go. There's their conning tower right there. Another Type 7 U-boat right there. Yep, and then yep. Look at the size of that convoy. Ooh, that's gonna be a lot of targets in there. Looking at the status of our reserves, we have 4 torpedoes in the bow torpedo tubes, and none in reserve, and then we have none in the stern. So we're running low on torpedoes. We're almost halfway done with our distance required to travel to complete this mission, which is our primary objective. Sinking ships is secondary. But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to keep tracking this convoy until nightfall and then infiltrate it during the night like we did before, and hopefully we'll be able to shoot all 4 of our torpedoes and sink 4 ships with them. So stay tuned for that, guys. Well guys, we've managed to get in front of the convoy. Set a course headed towards them now. Gonna go a little bit more to our right. I want to try and shoot find a gap in the escort screen here up in the front, like we always do. Infiltrate the convoy from the front, get in the midst of the convoy. That way all the ships and the noises mask our presence, and we'll attack from within. Try and see if we can see out here. This is definitely a massive convoy. There's a lot of ships. So we should have plenty of targets to choose from. Unfortunately, we only have 4 torpedoes left, but we'll just have to make the most of it. Hopefully all of them will find their target. Hopefully we can get 4 good hits and 4 ships sunk. There's a Corvette right there. Freighter. Alright, I want you to go ahead and maintain torpedoes. And we're gonna submerge here shortly. It's nice and calm out, so even though it is nighttime and we do have the advantage of a slimmer profile, enemy AI can still spot you a decent ways out, especially since we're letting off quite a bit of smoke. So yep, but that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna infiltrate the convoy from the front, try and get right in the middle of it, and try and take out as many ships as we can. Hopefully it's nice calm seas, which obviously make it easy to get data, get accurate data, speed, distance, and angle on bow and whatnot. But it does also make it a little bit easier for the enemy ships to spot us and detect us. So we're gonna have to be disciplined with our periscope usage, and we're gonna have to be careful not to maintain our torpedoes by the escort screens. Have to wait till we get into the convoy before we do any of that. So anyway, that's the plan, guys. I will see you shortly whenever we're coming into the convoy. Well, we spotted all our targets, as many of the ships as we can. We're going to periscope depth now, and we've actually discovered that there are 2 cruisers in this convoy. One is all the way on the far side over there towards the middle, so I don't think we'll be able to go for that one. And then there's another one. It wasn't able to spot it on the map, but there's another one right over in here somewhere. So that is going to be our target. That's something that you can't pass up if you got the opportunity. Fortunately, we only have 4 torpedoes. Hopefully we can get all 4 of them to hit, and that'll be enough. Obviously, the cruisers do have armor belting that is designed to help resist submarines, resist damage and penetration from submarines. But hopefully, we can get our torpedoes in there and get accurate data, and hopefully we can get all 4 of them to hit if we're able to get to that cruiser. If it proves to be too difficult of a task, or it's too far of a journey to get there and we won't be able to get there, then we will obviously switch it up and we will focus on sinking as many freighters as we can. But anyways, we're going in for our infiltration now, so I'll see you guys whenever we are inside of the convoy. Well, guys, we're getting close to her now. There she is, right there. Cruiser. That's our target, right there. Double mast, triple stacker. Kirov. But it's definitely a county class. Perfect, perfect. I got Schneider and Kraus doing doing torpedoes now. We're gonna get around this freighter right here and we're gonna swing to her. I'm gonna go ahead and while we're doing that, I'm gonna get Becker. I want you on the TDC. Go ahead, get ready. Fisher, I want you on the hydrophone. Alright, do a quick echo sounder check so I know how much room I got to play with. Once we fire our torpedoes and we go to about 88 meters. And this, yeah, that's okay. It's not great, not horrendous. We can do it. We can work with that. So we're gonna try and get it nice close to her as I can. Submarine 20. Oh, that's what this is right here. Contact right there. It's U-boat back there. Oh, please! I really hope that this U-boat, our buddy there, does not set off the convoy, set off an alarm before I hit this cruiser. That'll just make it a little more difficult. Once I hit the cruiser, I don't care. Alright, all of them are maintained. Oh, nope, 2-3. Maintain 2-3. Alright, let's go ahead and set this data up in the TDC. Yep, we're using forward torpedoes. Torpedo fire control box, tack periscope, gyro angle bow. Yep, launch mode, salvo tight. Yep, 2's 1, 3, 2, and 4. We're gonna fire all of them. Active launch lever, bridge. So let's go ahead. Set that to 0. Now, salvo size 4. Torpedo spread. Want at least 3. Probably go with a 4. Maybe a 4-degree spread. We'll go somewhere in there. That don't adjust and it'll stay like that. Oh, well. The convoy has been alerted. Looks like our U-boat friend did, in fact, set off an alarm. I hear alarm bells going off and I see flares off in the distance. So, that's not great. Not great at all. Well, is what it is. Looks like the freighters are starting to zigzag, but it don't look like our cruiser friend is really zigzagging, which is interesting. Let's figure her out. Let's get her speed. Is she zigzagging? It almost looks like she's starting to zigzag now. A little bit. And there's that other cruiser off in the distance. I knew we wouldn't be able to reach that one. I was disappointed because I seen that one first. And I was like, damn, we missed an opportunity to get a cruiser. And then luckily, there's another one here. So, alright. Let's go ahead and Go ahead and I'm gonna flood all the tubes. Flood them all. Need to. I do need to double check what the how far down she sits in the water. 5.26 meters. Okay. Let's set our torpedoes closer to 4. Have them all set on impact pistol. It's fine. Yeah. We could use the magnetic, but the magnetics were notoriously unreliable. And they are in the game too. Okay, so angle on bow. That's the most difficult thing for any ship, really, but especially a warship. Honestly, she looks just about at 90 degrees. Maybe slightly less. Maybe call it 80. Yeah, we'll call it like 88.
Schussunterlagen aktualisieren. Lage 8 rechts.
So yeah, that's not too bad. Dispersion. Oh, drop dispersion. I want to drop. Yeah, I don't want it to be quite that much. All right, there we go. Got that set. It looks pretty good to me. And fire all the tubes. Tubes 1 away, tubes 3 away, tube 2 is away, and tube 4 is away. Alright, so we're gonna change course a little bit towards the rear of the convoy. Hopefully all of those hit. They look pretty good from here, but we shall see. Well, damn. Well, we got 2 torpedoes hit. The third was a dud, and then the final one missed. Kind of disappointing. I'm not sure. I'd honestly be kind of surprised if she went down with only 2 torpedoes. Sucks having that there wouldn't be a dud. I doubt she'll go down with 2. She might have went down if the third one hit. There's a good possibility. Obviously, it would have been best if all 4 hit. Unfortunately, we were off. Could have been slightly off on the angle. Might have had the dispersion or the spread of the torpedoes up still too high. That may very well be the reason for that. But we got 2 torpedoes in her. We'll see what happens. See if she goes down or not. And if not, lesson learned. We'll have to keep that in mind for next time. She's already listing. Pretty good to starboard. Here, put a free cam just to check it out. Oh, 2 honestly might be enough. Her whole tip of her bow is already underwater. That's a pretty good hit right there. Obviously, the 2 that hit, 1 hit towards the bow, right by the bridge or near the guns. Unfortunately, it didn't ignite the magazine, which would have been nice. It would have been nice to get some secondary explosions off of that. Other one hit right around the boilers there somewhere. Third one would have hit probably about where the rear turrets are. And the 4th one just sailed past her. So she's honestly not looking good, but we shall see what happens. I would honestly be surprised if only 2 torpedoes was enough to sink her. But anyways, we're gonna try to escape out of here as best we can. It don't look like there's really. We have that one. I'm not sure if that's an escort over there. The left, that's definitely a destroyer right there. See you're coming across, see your lights. Destroyer right there, going towards our the U-boat friend back there who's getting depth charged to hell. Sounds like he's having a time of his life over there. Well, anyways, even if ship doesn't sink, it's two torpedoes in her. She'll be out of commission for quite some time. She'll be in port for repairs. So at least scratch that up as some kind of little victory, I guess. So, all right, let's drop scope again. It's like those destroyers are all crossing towards the rear of the convoy. That's the depths again. We're gonna drop. The ship is coming towards us. We're gonna drop a little bit, I think. Well, nah, she might miss us. Gonna kill 96 meters. That's a little bit better. There we go. I like that much better.
50 Meter. Aktuelle Tiefe 80 Meter.
Alright, well, we've come to periscope depth to check out the surroundings. We haven't heard any propellers for a while. And sounds and seems that the convoy has left the area, as well as all the escorts. Looks like coast is clear so far. Come on. Come on. Better at depth keeping. Yep, looks clear. Nothing nothing on the horizon, and the convoy is going away. Alright, surface the boat.
Tanks an Blatt.
Aktuelle Tiefe 5
Turn off
Meter.
silent running. Bring the gyro compass back on.
Jawohl.
Go ahead and have the skipper drop the periscope.
Auf Dieselmotoren wechseln.
know why he ain't on the bridge yet already. There.
Kakanoi, wir sind aufgetaucht.
Yeah, and unfortunately we got confirmation from our hydrophone operator that U-46, which was the U-boat that we had passed earlier and were sailing with for a little bit, has in fact been sunk. So that sucks. Definitely not good. I don't see a ship on here. I did mark roughly where we had attacked at. Let's go here. Hopefully this is the cruiser that we struck. We shall see. Let's speed up a little bit. Go ahead and send off this report to BDU.
Telegram gesendet.
I'd actually be kind of surprised if 2 torpedoes really were enough to bring this thing down. That's a lot of lifeboats. This sure looks like
Kurs 280 Grad.
reckons it warship to me. Alright, I'll stop.
Alle Maschinen stopp.
Holy. They're 9 survivors from the Cumberland. Give them, why not? Give them a few supplies. Yep, Cumberland sunk. Official confirmation, we sunk a cruiser with 2 torpedoes. Nice. So, guess we got kind of lucky on that one. I'm honestly, like I said, I'm honestly surprised that 2 torpedoes was enough to take it down. I figured it'd take at least 3. Normally with bigger warships like that, like your cruisers or your battleships, I normally shoot all 4 torpedoes if I have them, and kind of spread them out a little bit to try and make sure I cover the length of the ship if I can. Because I've hit cruisers before, and the battleships before too, and with only 2 or 3 torpedoes, and they stay afloat. So looks like we got kind of lucky right there. Convoy is traveling west. We don't have any more torpedoes, so really the only thing we're gonna do is steer course back to the east, and we're just gonna finish out our objective of traveling to 2,000 kilometers. Looks like we've traveled about 1,000 so far, so we're gonna travel the distance to complete our objective. And we have no more torpedoes. We only have 11 rounds for the deck gun. So unless we come across a lone steamer, there's not a whole lot we're gonna be able to do. But really, this has been a truly successful first war patrol, engaging 1 convoy twice, and we were able to engage a lone steamer, and then finding this convoy here and engaging and sinking an enemy cruiser. So we got several freighters sunk and enemy cruiser. That's a pretty solid first war patrol right there for the crew of U-48. So yep, we're gonna steer course back to the east and finish traveling our required distance to complete this patrol. And most likely when I see you guys again, it'll be on the return trip home. After traveling through rough weather on the last leg of her first war patrol, U-48 and her crew sailed into the port of Wilhelmshaven early in the evening of September the 8th to a hero's welcome. Captain Mueller was immediately debriefed by command and had confirmed to them that U-48 had a successful first war patrol in which we had sunk 5 enemy freighters and 1 enemy cruiser, the HMS Cumberland, totaling just over 19,000 tons of shipping sunk. Upon his debrief, Captain Mueller was awarded the Iron Cross First and Second Class. The crew had little time to celebrate, however, as they received word that they had been ordered to cross the English Channel and patrol off the southwest coast of Ireland and are to refuel and resupply as quickly as possible before heading out to sea once more to engage the enemy.